Hey guys, welcome back to Back Pocket Game Reviews. And recently, Sega announced the Sega Genesis Mini. A lot of you have probably already seen other content creators talk about this, such as RGT85 or ReviewTech USA. And everyone got extremely excited up until they found out that At Games was going to have some form of hands-on with this device. However, everyone, after finding that out, then instantly said it was doomed for this console. Now, I kind of want to say I agree, just because At Games is pretty much junk. Anything At Games touches doesn't turn out very well. But Sega actually is going to be hands-on with this project. Sega announced it, so it seems that this is going to be more than just officially licensed by Sega. And if Sega is a little more hands-on with this device, that could potentially keep it from being the crap that At Games normally makes. Obviously, Sonic 3 was also stated that it won't be on there due to licensing issues with some of the music. If I remember correctly, Sonic 3 had some of the music written by Michael Jackson. I might be thinking of a different Sonic game, but I'm pretty sure that was the one. Now, I don't trust anything At Games makes, but if you are Sega, and people at one point in time absolutely loved Sega and their products, me being a prime example of that, I grew up with a Genesis. The Genesis was a huge part of my childhood. I had a Sega CD. I skipped the 32X, thank God. But Sega was pretty much the console of choice for me in that particular generation of consoles. There were a lot of things that the Genesis did better than anything else. Super Nintendo specifically, if we're gonna throw some names out there. But the Genesis pretty much embodied the 90s. From its marketing to anything else, it was pretty much a product of the 90s. It was edgy, it was cool, that's what they played on, and they tried to make sure that you thought Nintendo wasn't edgy or cool quite like they were. And they did a very good job on that marketing. I honestly couldn't see Sega, if they're going to be hands-on with this and they're the ones announcing it, taking a step back and letting this become the junk heap that the At Games products usually are. Unless it's literally just everyone thought everyone hated the At Games console because it was full-size and not mini, and they're just making a mini. But At Games does a very terrible job with sound emulation, and the Genesis actually had superior sound to the Super Nintendo, which is part of where this becomes such a, please God, Sega, don't let them ruin it. Obviously, the emulator software isn't horrendous that At Games uses, but the actual menus are pretty bad. So I'm hoping that Sega takes control of this entire project and helps it into a more stable environment than what At Games typically is. They did state it was powered by At Games. They didn't necessarily state that it was just made by. So I assume it's using At Games hardware, maybe they're emulating software, and then Sega's going to maybe add some special touches. I honestly don't know. But I think to spell doom for it, when obviously Sega's going to have more of a role in this than what they have in the other At Games projects, seems a little ambiguous, to say the least. It's just too early to say that that's what's going to ruin it. Plus, also, if you're really wanting to play some Sega Genesis games next month, I believe it's on May 21st or something like that, they have a Genesis collection dropping for PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. I don't remember if it's coming to the Switch or not. But it's going to have pretty much all of the classic Genesis games that you remember, except for Sonic 3, again, because of the licensing to the music and the issues that they're having with that, which sucks, because I'm also going to assume that there's no Sonic and Knuckles then. But you'll also have the chance to play it on your other platforms as well, if you'd rather skip the Genesis Mini. So, obviously, I'm probably going to wait for some reviews on the Genesis Mini, someone who didn't sing the praises of the At Games Genesis flashback console. But we'll see how it turns out. I don't think it's fair to sink that ship just yet. But guys, let me know what you think down in the comments down below. I would like to know if you think that Sega is going to be able to help this along, or if you think that this is just another At Games flashback console with the guise of Sega being more helpful. But I am curious to hear your guys' opinions. And are you really upset that there's no Sonic 3? I mean, I am. That kind of actually does upset me a little bit. But I would love to see your feedback on that. Also, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button. Also, if you enjoyed the video, you can drop a thumbs up. Those help us grow the community and the channel. So, thanks for watching. I'll have plenty more content coming for you, and stick around.